In the United Kingdom's 2024 election, one party won 63% of the seats in Parliament with 34% of a national vote. A different party earned over 14% of the vote and walked away with 5 seats. Two mathematicians just proved, in a peer-reviewed paper, that outcomes like this are not a flaw in one country's system. And they are not the result of gerrymandering or bad intentions. They are mathematically guaranteed to happen somewhere. In any electoral system, once enough political parties are competing for seats, researchers at the University of Cambridge and the University of Copenhagen worked out that no voting method, anywhere, can promise you 3 things people assume every fair election delivers at once. That local winners keep their seats. That a party's national seat share matches its national vote share. And that the size of parliament never has to change to make the math work. You can have any 2. Never all 3. This story covers what exactly they proved. Which real elections already broke this way. The fix researchers are proposing instead. And the honest limits of what a proof like this can and cannot tell you. Start with what each property actually means. Because the words sound abstract until you see them side by side. Regionality means if your candidate gets the most votes in your district, your district seat goes to that candidate. Full stop. Proportionality means if a party earns 20% of the national vote, it ends up with roughly 20% of the seats. Not more, not less. Fixed size means the total number of seats in parliament stays the same election after election. Instead of expanding to fit the math, Dr. Frederick Rowan Clausen of Cambridge and Sebastian Tim Holdem of the University of Copenhagen proved, in a paper published in the Annals of Operations Research on August 2, that once a country has enough parties splitting votes across enough regions, no electoral system, proportional or first past the post, can satisfy all 3 properties at once. Something has to give. Keep local winners and a fixed parliament. And national proportionality slips. Keep proportionality and a fixed parliament. And some local winners lose their seat to the national count. Keep local winners and proportionality. And parliament has to grow. Every real system on earth is already making one of these 3 trades. Most voters have simply never been told which one their country picked. This is not a hypothetical stress test built for a math paper. Researchers found it playing out in real elections across 6 countries. Denmark uses a 2-tier proportional system built specifically to avoid this problem. And in 2022, the Social Democrats still ended up with 1 extra seat beyond what a purely proportional count would have given them. The first time that system had failed to stay exact in 75 years. Germany chose a different trade. After its 2021 election, the Bundestag expanded from 598 seats to 736. Growing parliament rather than breaking proportionality or taking a seat from a local winner. The United Kingdom's 2024 election shows the opposite trade. Labour's 411 seats, 63% of parliament, came from 33.7% of the vote, while Reform UK's 14.3% of the national vote bought only 5 seats. Because first past the post protects local winners and a fixed parliament size. And simply lets proportionality break. Sweden, New Zealand, and Canada showed the same pattern. Each system quietly picking 2 out of 3. Election after election, without ever advertising the trade to the people voting in it. Clausen and Holdem did not stop at proving the problem. They proposed a method designed to soften it, called geographically ranked guaranteed proportionality. Here is how it works in plain terms instead of starting from local district winners. The method starts from the national vote count and locks in each party's seat total first. So a party earning 20% of the national vote is guaranteed close to 20% of seats before anything else is decided. Then, within each party, individual constituencies get ranked by how strongly that party performed there. And seats are handed out down that ranking list until the party's national quota is filled. The result holds proportionality and keeps parliament a fixed size. The two properties voters usually notice most on election night. The price is regionality. A candidate can win the most votes in their own district and still not get the seat. If their party has already used up its national quota on stronger performances elsewhere. It softens the three-way conflict. It does not erase it. Because the mathematicians already proved it cannot be erased. Clausen was blunt about what this proof does and does not mean. Stating it plainly, it is not corruption or conspiracy. It is simply mathematics. That line matters, because the easiest way to misread this story is to treat it as proof that elections are rigged. They are not. This is a formal proof about three specific, precisely defined properties. And it only forces a trade-off once a country has enough competing parties splitting votes across enough regions. A strict two-party race may never hit this wall at all. The proof also cannot tell any country which two properties to keep and which one to give up. That is a values question, decided by voters and lawmakers, not something a math paper can answer. And the proposed fix carries a real cost of its own. A genuinely popular local candidate can lose a seat they clearly won. Which is exactly the kind of outcome that erodes trust in a system. Even when the national numbers add up perfectly, the math can be neutral. The trade-off a country lives with is still a choice, made by the people who designed the system, whether they said so out loud or not. Quick recap. Two mathematicians proved that no electoral system can guarantee local winners keep their seats. National seats match the national vote. And parliament stays a fixed size. All at once enough parties are competing. Denmark, Germany, the UK, Sweden, New Zealand, and Canada have all already lived out one version of that trade in a real election. A new method called geographically ranked guaranteed proportionality can soften the conflict by trading away regionality instead of proportionality. But it cannot eliminate the trade itself. So, signal or noise? Signal. This is a peer-reviewed impossibility theorem, published in the Annals of Operations Research, built by mathematicians at Cambridge and Copenhagen, and tested directly against 6 real electoral systems rather than theoretical models alone. It sits in the same tradition as Arrow's famous impossibility theorem for voting, just extended to the two-tier systems most real democracies actually use. What it is not is proof of rigged elections or hidden corruption. And it does not tell you which trade-off is the right one for your country. Only that every system, including yours, is already making one. Subscribe for the moments where hard math and real politics collide. Signal from the noise. Every week.